Well, hello. This is Jeff with Final Boss Editing. Today, I'm actually not going to be editing. I'm going to be writing. So pretty much the name of the game is there is a screenplay competition. It's kind of biblical focused. So pretty much how that's going to work is, hold on one second. So pretty much how it's going to work is we have 7 days to we just got our verse prompt today. What the Bible verse is 7 days to go from kind of ideation to a finished short screenplay. So 12 pages max. All that's right below in the goals. So if you come in late, you'll be able to see what's going on. So pretty much what I'm going to do now is kind of go through my at least writing process and see if I can get a consistent product. So we'll kind of test my product or my process with time here and see what happens. So pretty much what the process is going to be is first it's going to be free writing and outlining. So I can kind of write that in here. Maybe I'll just do that here. I'll do it below this. Then do treatment, structure, first draft, and then we do a second draft, and then hopefully a third. So yeah, that's kind of going to be my process for this. I don't think I need to do anything other than bold it. Yeah, so hopefully this will help give you guys the context of what's going on. Format my little outline thing a little bit better. But yeah, so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to start writing, and I'm going to start free writing right now. So if you jump on, you're bored, feel free to comment. I'm always curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. And yeah, let's get going. So, oops. I hope that didn't mess anything up. My screen kind of freaked out for a second there. All right. Uh-oh. Let me edit my scene here. My computer is having a little bit of a drama with me. So, pardon the interruption here. There we go. All right. Sweet. What's life with a little improvisation? All right. Make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. And times, because I hate everything other than times. All right. So, let's take a look at the verse. Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions, the ability to enjoy them, accept their lot, and be happy in their toil, this is a gift from God. So the verse. So the verse is, what is it trying to say? Trust God, His provision. Don't obsess over work. Be satisfied with a daily wage. Balance between making work an idol and making it a source of food and sense of satisfaction. Job well done. Don't. Yeah, and feel free if you guys have any comments, whatever, punch them in the comment. I'll be listening. I'll kind of just move mine from here so I can see it. Ooh, not full screen. Sorry, it's the first time I've actually not been editing something on Twitch, so forgive the technical stuff. So a sense of satisfaction with job well done. Don't get too guilty about not being a pastor or something. Thinking either. Doing God's work can be doing a good day's work. Maybe that's something we can work in. Uh-oh, oh, I see what happened. I resized this window and it's freaking out. Okay. Better now. I see my software is more finicky than I imagined. Alright. Maybe I will just pull out the comments window for the time being until someone actually cares to comment. Cool. Okay, so doing God's work can be doing a good day's work. What else could be the themes in this piece? Some possessions and the ability to enjoy them. Wealth and possessions are a gift from God. Be happy in hard work. The ability to enjoy hard work is also a gift from God. So it seems that being able to enjoy is a gift unto itself. Maybe this is like, Christmas story like Ghost of Christmas Past, etc. Okay, okay, so that's kind of my script interpretation. It seems like the big themes are let's do that. Don't obsess over work. Don't make it an idol. Enjoyment as well as work is a gift from God. As enjoyment, work, and the profits of it are a gift from God. Being able to enjoy a gift, enjoyment. What else? Any suggestions, commenters, or viewers? I am very open to suggestions, so feel free to let me know if you have any ideas. Don't obsess over work, don't make it an idol, enjoyment work. The profits of it are a gift from God. What else? Let me put on some music here. What else are some of the themes from this verse? They seldom reflect on the days of their life because God keeps them occupied. This is what I observe to be good, that it is appropriate for a person to eat, to drink, and find satisfaction in their toilsome labor. This has something of like of honest work. Yeah, I mean, I think it also is kind of making work this own kind of feel. Let me also make sure my audio settings are right here. Whatever, it's fine. Okay. Any comments? No. Well, feel free to comment. I see there's one viewer there, so feel free to comment. I'm always down for ideas or any other insights onto the scripture because, hey, the more everyone's looking at this stuff, the more everyone gets smarter, I guess, or closer to God. So that's a good thing. Let's see, what else? They seldom reflect on the days of their life because God keeps them occupied with gladness of heart. You don't have, like, doing good work is also something that makes you happy. That's not part of the thing, but, like, it seems to be this, like, healthy goes happiness. So maybe what we can do is, like, what does the fallen version of work look like? This is describing kind of like a redeemed, like the ideal work. So what does, this is the ideal of work, but what does, how does that balance? Let me see. Just want to make sure that my music's not playing in the Twitch stream. Let's see. Alright, it seems fine. Alright. Alright, process free writing and outlining. Okay. So what is a fallen version of work? This is an ideal version of work, but what does the inverse look like? I think this is, and it's usually good to study in contrast, right? Because you contrast the good with the bad, and it brings up one of these points without having to be like, I think that richness and honest work is a good thing. So it's obsession over work, making your job your magnum, making it. What else? Just grinding it out. Sometimes work itself is fallen and hard. Good work is just no fun. What else could be some of this stuff? So what are some inverses to this? A work that brings no satisfaction, work that's unprofitable, a work that is an idol. So it's like, so it's kind of like idolatry. So this is like the cause of like the fall, right? It's just like idolatry, work that brings and it's empty, or we just can't see how it's rewarding. Maybe it's like, and this is free writing, so I'm just gonna write like a support person who ends up saving idolatry work that's empty, like It's a Wonderful Life. Let me see. Okay, so it's like the idolatry, the grind, like the emptiness, and then good work that is unprofitable. I mean, because there's that promise that it's like, hey, like if you do good work and it's in God, then you get profit, but it's a fallen world, so that doesn't always happen. I mean, I think the things that interest me the most in this are stuff like idolatry and the rewards, true rewards we never see. the true work we're doing for God that we never see. Yeah, and feel free to put stuff in chat if you're watching. I love the dialogue, so I think that helps me crystallize my thoughts because I'm extroverted. So whenever I can dialogue through stuff, it helps. Okay. So trusting God's provision, not obsessed over work. Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions, the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot, and be happy with their toil. When God gives someone wealth and possessions, and the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in their toil. Happy in their toil. And then, like, you know, I think some of the other stuff is like... Then the stuff is sticking out. To accept their lot and be happy in their toil. This is a gift of God. Here, I'm going to put this music on just a little bit because it's really good. I hope I don't get copyrights or whatever. But this is an awesome song. Hey there, Foxy Lady. Good to see you. So I can kind of give you some context on what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is the prompt is on the right. So that's the scripture that we're going to be talking about. That's a Thomas Jack song. It's your boy. It's the Over the Rainbow one. I normally don't turn the sound on because I don't want to get in trouble for like anything weird, but you know, every now and then it's good to provide some background music while I'm stewing over this. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm looking at this prompt on the right, or yeah, I guess that would be your right or whatever, and then trying to free write on the other side of the screen. So say, okay, what are just the ideas that come to mind when I'm looking at this verse, and then kind of going through some stuff I like, you know, and to see in like movies, and then I'm probably gonna try to come up with like 5 ideas by the end of the day today, or at least tomorrow, and see which ones are the best. Please feel free to steal that from me. The only difference between spoiled and blessed is appreciation. I think that's a great observer. Like I'll put that in the free write. Moocher 333. No, but that's a good comment. I think that's a good. Why is the formatting coming out weird? I'll put it up top. Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I think it is just like, how do you know, approach work in like a way that's like, you know, understands the truth of life, right? Where it's like, hey, like, it's all a blessing. There is such a thing as like randomness, where like hard work doesn't pay off. You know, and those are kind of the things that, you know, I think this theme deals with, because it's saying, hey, like, enjoy the wealth and possessions, but also, you know, accept, you know, whatever lot they have, and be happy in their toil. And this doesn't imply that it's like, yeah, it doesn't imply that it's fun. Like, toil is like implicit that it's not like a good or easy thing. But yeah, so what I'm trying to do is like brainstorm both what the verse means and what like the theme is, and then also kind of just some ideas that are spawning from that, and then stuff I like just writing about, like, you know, I kind of like fantasy stuff and that sort of thing. So those may come up later. So yeah, if you guys have ideas, keep throwing them in chat. What up, dude? J-Muff the boss. Deep. Yeah, so any ideas you guys have, I am also, I love talking about this stuff. So, but yeah, any ideas of how this translates into a coherent story that's 12 pages long, feel free to discourse. So let me see. So the other stuff I think is, you know, when God gives someone wealth and possessions, the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot, be happy in toil. This is a gift. So like, toil is a gift. I don't know if that's something that always comes through whenever I'm busting my butt at the office. We're growing through a toil. It's used to develop us. People, but how often do we see that? So I think as far as like actually translating this into a story, there's kind of two things I'm mainly thinking about. One, I think, is this theme of like idolatry, and saying like, you know, you see all these people day to day where like this work becomes this like consuming obsession, and like it's not just a day-to-day job anymore. It's not this like, you know, thank God for what I've received from work, and I know I could have lost it all. It's you know, this like obsession. So there's either, you know, so I think work as obsession, or at least showing the inverse. I don't even know if I have like a good, I see it so seldom, I don't even know if I have a good picture of what the inverse of that looks like. Throw some butts in there. Yeah, it's true. That's that's really working it, the foxy lady. How about a CEO and janitor stuck and have to talk? I like that. Talking together. I think that's good. I think what I really like about that idea is like positional changes. Like, so like the positional difference. What does a happy v like unhappy, and maybe it's like the CEO is the unhappy one with his like decadent salary, right? Oops, did I just mistype? Yeah, is the yeah, okay. Work is an obsession, or at least showing the inverse. What was the other thing that really struck me too? Work we're doing for God that we never see. I think it's like I think one thing that kind of strikes me about this is like the ability to enjoy them and accept their lot, their toil. And God gives someone wealth and business the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in their toil. This is a gift from God. Interesting. Like, it seems like I kind of, maybe I'm just going too far from the verse, and I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts on this, but I kind of want that to like reflect, like, I think there's the toil we're doing every day, like the actual job, and there's also that like spiritual element, like, and I think that's like one of the things that's like kind of even like what you're talking about the CEO and janitor, like, hey, like there's more to like being happy in their toil and having fulfilling work than just the job itself. So like, how do you show, like, do we show the secondary, like, you know, work we sometimes, I think one thing that like, actually my CEO at our company, Victor, brilliant guy, talks about a lot as a twisted janitor. The change the most because the janitors always complain to CEOs. As a twist janitor will change most because the janitor complain, but the CEO is very spiritual. I like that, because that's like, you're right, that's like kind of changing the trope, like maybe the CEO is the enlightened one and the janitor yeah, I like that. I'm trying to think. I think that's like hitting on like a really good theme, which is like that, how do you truly be happy in toil? Which is hard. Like, honestly, in my day-to-day, I struggle with that so much. Maybe this will change me just as much as make a good story, hopefully, once we, you know, kind of pull together the concepts into something that like really is buttoned up. Let me think. So let me see. They seldom reflect on the days of their life because God keeps them occupied with the gladness of heart. Yeah, I think that is like, where does that happiness come from? I think it's like, you know, seeing God's true work happening. Yeah, because I think it is like, because you're right, like I think there is that happiness and that, but I think it's also just like God made us to create things. Like there is something about just building something great that is like in itself like a source of happiness. And also, He made us to just love building things. I mean, he loves building things. He built the world. So like, I think that's kind of at least matches a scriptural context. Let's see. CEO and janitor talking together. They're both changed. Okay, what are some? So let's just think about. So that's kind of I love this exploration. Artist magnum opus is a master and a teacher is a success of his students. For example, his masterpiece is a teacher. The teachers is a success of his students. I like that. So like, professor, artist, working on a magnum opus. Oops. But, I should space that out, huh? But it's really the, so I like that. I think, I think this is something that I like. I think it's kind of those two faces, and I really like a lot of the ideas you brought up. Moocher is like, I think I like the way it's like that positional conflict where it's like the person in power, the teacher, the artist, like the aficionado, whatever, and the the student who's like usually less power, the CEO, which is this person in power, and like the kind of like the average like janitor. I think I really like that. So like play with the power. So then what I kind of want to do now is I kind of want to think about making a wish list about just some of the stuff I like seeing in just stuff I love reading and stuff, and then kind of saying, hey, how can we bring in the stuff with the themes, combine with just stuff like, maybe, you love to read and, I love to write and those sort of things, and kind of bring it together. So, wish list. Like I think, I like the positional stuff. Conflict between someone in power and someone not in power. This is a common in work situations. Dynamics. Hurting someone at the expense a product. Yeah, I mean, like I read this really great in Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. He actually talked about this, and he was saying, if you, I don't know what you believe, but like, if you think about the way the Christian worldview thinks, where it says, hey, look, people are eternal, and the world is what, isn't. So like the jobs, everything else is less important than the people that are doing them. And it's like, how would I approach work differently? It's been a mission trips. It's true. Yeah, I know. I like the work prompt because Foxy Lady knows that I'm a very obsessive person about work. CEO has been on mission trips and seen the depths of poverty. Okay, like that. So like, CEO has seen the true depth of how they've been blessed. Yeah, and that's like kind of, it's more like the perspective, because I think you're right. Like, and it's like everyone, God has given us wealth and possessions, like more than, just the fact that I have a laptop that I can do this on is like the top 9.99 whatever, and like, how do we categorize that blessing really, and then not take it for granted? Cool. Dynamics of accession, making something perfect. Positional stuff. Maybe something with startups. I work at a startup. Some sort of comes from. I mean, I think, yeah, I think it's like really ironic is how obsessed, even like honestly, sometimes when I get with work where, yeah, a little bit. Thanks, Foxy Lady, for the for the comment. No, but I think it's true because like I know I get obsessed with work, and it's really like the same thing as like worshiping the graven image, right? Because it's something someone made, and you end up worshiping this like thing you created. It's especially strangely ironic, at least to me. But yeah, so some sort of startup element, the ambition that comes from building something from scratch, worshiping what they've created. Positional stuff, dynamics of accession, startups. Yeah, I kind of I love, like, I'm writing like another little fun short story and radio drama on like alchemy, so I kind of would like love to work that in if possible. Big, yeah, alchemy, some sort of mystical element. Things I want, like, things I know I want to avoid, like what I want to avoid. Something that's too overstated. Want it to work. And this is probably just to hold myself accountable, because sometimes I kind of just want to say it, but I want to just hold and you guys too, if you keep staying tuned as I go through this process. Startups involve a lot of sacrifice, that's true. Also, the key thing, rich is a relative term. Yeah, that's true. I'll put that up with your idea up here. How rich is a relative term. $10 is different all over. And then startups involve a lot of sacrifice. It's true. I guess that makes them even more idolatrous. Because you quite literally sacrifice for them. That's so true. Oh my god, I have never thought of it that way. Like family. Like fam. Yeah, some sort of mystical element. What are some other cool things? I want like big conflict, like a situation that is going to put people at odds. Okay. Big sort of mystical element, startup, some sort of startup element theme. Situation with people at odds. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I like the positional stuff. I do. I think I do want to work that in for sure. Like with the CEO or let me just look back then. Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions and the ability to enjoy them, that's like a separate entity. Separate from the wealth. Wealth is a separate gift from being able maybe that, but that's kind of stereotypical though. Ugh, I'll put this up. I'll put this up with our kind of the brainstorming. No, don't bold it. But then if I think about it in the way you kind of framed it, where it's like everybody was wealthy, even the janitor. Comparatively. What up, Judy? How's it going? I will. Do you have an idea how much I sacrificed? Yeah. Got thrown off the board. Yeah, it's true. It's a great example. So just to get Judy up to speed, she's an awesome writer as well. Has a great Twitch stream. So if you guys like this type of writing and brainstorming stuff, you should definitely follow her. But pretty much what we're talking about today, Judy, is we're doing a 12-page or less short screenplay in 7 days. And today's the very first day I got the prompt. And so right now I'm working with these awesome people on Twitch just to try to brainstorm some ways to think about. So the prompt is based off a biblical verse, the bolded and highlighted one. But I just put the other few in for context. But yeah, I was trying to think, okay, how do we make a story that's not too corny, even though that's something I struggle with, is not writing something corny. But how do we make a story around this where it is like, meeting those themes? It's really talking about this like happiness and toil, the wealth and possessions, and kind of some of the we kind of brainstormed together a little bit further up about kind of the different things we thought would be good as far as like what this verse was meaning, stuff like that. And the next thing we're doing is kind of a wish list. So kind of what do I love to see in a screenplay, and then what do I want to get on there? Of course, Jenner wants to be powerful and turns to dark power to gain prestige. That'd be sick. And misses the point of what the CEO told him to turn into tragedy. I like that. I'll put that up here. Turns to dark power. I actually like that. Whereas like some sort of bargain is made for X. Of course, yeah. Let me see. I like that a lot. Okay, something is too overstated. Okay. Yeah, I think it's like the trade-off, or it's like. I think the one thing that's like Faust, exactly. Yeah. I think the one thing that's like a Faustian wager. I like that. If I could spell it. I mean, I think the stuff that God gives someone wealth and possessions. I mean, the part that's tricky is like the ability to enjoy wealth and possessions. That almost tells me that this is going to be around. I mean, I think the thing that like. I think like the they say the first idea that comes to your head is usually the wrong one. So it's like some sort of like hey, like, because it's the first idea that probably come to anybody's head, which would make it like but I think it's like talking with like a homeless person, or like that kind of juxtaposition of like happiness with wealth. There's some guy that's really rich and really unhappy, but maybe it doesn't have to be rich. I mean, we're all pretty rich, kind of like you were saying before. I feel like I'm thinking in circles. That's the challenge with kind of brainstorming is, let me see. Yeah, it's a good one. It's for 168. So if you, I know they do like a film project every year, and it's a lot of fun. It's the first time I've tried it, so I'm kind of a greenhorn in this particular thing. I'm used to my very, very structured things, and this is good for me to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Okay, so big conflict, situations with people at odds. I think it's like the really highlighting the cost of obsession. What does this do? This do to a family? What does a person who doesn't embody this pay in terms of human flourishing? Okay, so we've been doing this for a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of jumping into just brainstorming concepts. And I'm going to free write and just YOLO. So I may only check into the comments. Wealth is relative. Yeah, it doesn't mean rich. Someone who can see, not be a hospital. I like that. See and hear, not be, yeah. Physical richness. I like these comments, Moocher333. These are very like, you have a really good knack for being able to kind of like see the same like question from like a bunch of different angles. That's awesome. I'm like so structure oriented that like I'm very like methodical, so I I like it. All right, so probably what I'm going to do now is kind of dive into just doing some free writing on each of these kind of concepts, try to hit some of the points on the wish list, like grappling with power, stuff like that, and then yeah, we'll go from there. And then I'll probably check in the comments in like just like a minute or two, but yeah. Okay. And then you'll be free writing, so I'm just going to be like completely train of thought here, so if you see me like do weird positives, like, you know, maybe something more modern. Not having the toil, this is a gift from God to accept their lot. And someone gives wealth and possessions the ability to be happy in their toil. Is by Okay, so I've been free writing for a little bit. I'm sorry I zoned out and hopefully didn't ignore too many comments. Let's see. I think you might want to ask yourself what the consequence if he can't see the gift and ignores or takes advantages of it, and to construct the details that lead toward the consequences. Maybe it's not about wealth but opportunity. I like that. I'll put that about let me see the consequences. That he construct the details that lead towards that consequences. Yeah, I think that's a good observation, Judy. Where you kind of set up in the beginning like this is the price you pay, or maybe it's like a juxtapose between like two, like one person who's already like far gone, and then it's like that person like sees that person who's like already like committed so much to like this vision. Have an example of this consequence. What does the far gone like? Yeah, well, that was an example of just me cranking and free writing. I don't know if you guys do this. I'm actually I don't know if you guys are into the creative stuff, but if you're still here, what your guys' creative process is. So like, do you guys do free writing like this? Do you guys, just plot and outline from the very beginning? What does that look like for you guys? I'm kind of curious to know. So, yeah, I mean, this was just like a blast free writing, just getting in and cranking. But yeah, I know, Judy's kind of already pretty far along through a novel, so I'm kind of, if you do something different, let me know. Feel free to comment. I'll check it a little bit more often now. Show what he risked and why it's important. Yeah, I think that is great. It's like, just gotta clarify the stakes. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Oh shoot, if I could actually type though. Gotta clarify the stakes early. What about those cases that are reported of people passing with the office? Maybe it's like two people making the same choice. Maybe that's... and they're competing for a job or something. Oh, it could be like Death of Ivan Ilyich. That would be awesome. Like the two in the middle. All those characters and events. That's smart. I usually do that, Moocher, but one of the things is like I think that's kind of the cool thing about this like rapid fire thing where it's like, hey, like I'm a very meticulous outliner, so it's kind of a little bit out of my element to be so like freeform. But I usually try to at least do free writing for brainstorming. That's always been, you know, I've been surprised at how much I like that, and then and then I kind of organize those thoughts into a structure, which we'll see if I have time to do that in 7 days, but fingers crossed. Show the risks if he changes. Why wouldn't or would he? Oh, dude, that'd be sick. I would totally be down for that, Moocher. That would be super fun. I was working on the Fox Lady above. We were actually doing a radio drama together, which was super fun. So the last script editing I did, because that's, you know, obviously where my specialty really lies. Though I just like love writing, and I'm never gonna stop until the day I die. But that'd be super fun. I'm totally down. Bam! I even wrote it in the comments because I'm that down. I mean, that's a great idea. See, look, you're coming up with these awesome ideas. Maybe it's two people making the same choice, competing for the job. Yeah, we should all three, because Judy is an awesome writer as well, so that would be super fun. Yeah, we should get that together. That'd be amazing. Do like a flash fiction, like 1 page, or flash fiction, a short story, or yeah, totally. I got a terrible sweet tooth, so I mean, like right here, I got sugar-free candies because I'm on this atrocious diet, but yeah, that's my sweet tooth fix. Yeah, I'm down for candy corn though, and I'm gonna eat one now. I'll not be able to talk if I do, actually, so it's probably not a bad thing, but interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of hung up on the death of Ivan Ilyich, but like maybe I don't know if that's deviating too much from the prompt. And the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in toil. Maybe that's a bit far from the prompt. Moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions and the ability to enjoy them, to accept their lot and be happy in their toil, this is a gift from God. Maybe, I think one thing we're going to want in this story is an opportunity for grace too, where it's like, where whoever is like going through the character's choice, they have that moment where they can change their ways or fall. I think that's what I would love to really highlight in this is, oh yeah, and to the story. Oh, that'd be cool. Like kind of like each of us does like a section. That's what we used to do with improv, which is super. Or we could all do a Google Doc. Sorry, I'm ADD, so I'll jump between my story and the comments. But yeah, they used to do like a Google Doc where it was for like improv, where like each person would either write a sentence. That would be fun. We could like each write a sentence in like a Google Doc or something. With the family members at the same table are in different social Thanksgiving scene and janitor brothers. Ooh, I like that. I'll bring that up to the CEO here. I should just title these sections before I get Janitors in Our Power. Let's actually see if I can copy this. How about the family members from the same table who are different social levels? I actually like that. I think that's what's special about the holidays is they kind of bring like a lot of people, especially like Christmas and Thanksgiving. They have like a lot of improv writing. Neat idea. Well, yeah, that's what they would do like a sentence each time, which was super fun. But I like I'll very ADD, but I'll switch back. But like the Thanksgiving scene, I think is really cool because you have that opportunity to like. There's a lot of like implicit meaning that goes into those holidays. So then you're not kind of walking into a space without meaning. You have all this like holiday tradition and like all these things. No worries. You can take it easy, Judy. Get some sleep. I know you write early in the morning, but I work for a startup, and probably, according to this prompt, I probably need to evaluate how hard I work. So my writing's late night, but take it easy, Judy. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll try to jump on and check out your stream at the office on the sly. But yeah, I like the holiday scenes a lot because they kind of have that, really charged meaning. So you just already have conflict built in, and like you don't have to worry about, good guys, bad guys as much as playing with the expectations of the holiday and what that means, and like this like yearning for belonging that usually comes like, you're kind of going into a Thanksgiving scene, family context, and there's that deep like human like want for Thanksgiving to be good and to have that like family around you. And I think that's like, yeah, I agree. I think that's really solid. Different social class. Yeah. Trying to find something magical and clean the basement. True idolatry. That's true. Actually, copy and paste that in. His brother wants not to use it. Oh, shit, to focus on himself. True idolatry. Putting yourself before God, which is true. Yeah, I mean, I think what's really... Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really cool... Because I think the thing I love about, like, the abstract... Let me know when you're doing the improv writing. We will. I think there's a way... I'm still kind of a Twitch newbie. I think there's a way to... to, like, message people and, like, do, like, a list, but... If you guys want, I think I have your email address. If you guys follow, I have your email addresses in the Final Boss editing thing. So I can just shoot an email out. Like, what is it, October 12th? Let's get it on the calendar for real. I'm actually down. Maybe like I'm gonna finish this project on the 19th. So maybe like the 23rd, like next Friday or something. I'll shoot an email around and we can be like, hey. It's, obviously optional, but if everybody's still down, we can go for it. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I'll see if the Foxy Lady, which is one of the other Twitch streamers, will be down to do it as well. Because she's a pretty good writer, too. Let me put this down. And she usually does the co-editing with me, because she's my girlfriend. Let me see. So appointment slots, I'll put on email about Halloween, Flash, fiction... improv. Yeah, I'm also curious to learn about your writing styles too, so I'd be tempted to just even yeah, exactly. Thanks. Kit, let me know if you're doing the improv writing. Sweet. Take it easy, and let's keep Thanksgiving interesting and dynamic, not a pull dumber. I like the movie Home for the Holidays. That's true. Yeah, I think having some sort of holiday element in there is going to be like a big helpful tool. Yeah, or at least I'll message you on Twitch. I'm not sure what the right way or how it all works, but I'm a noob. Let me see. Opportunity for grace. Being happy with work. Give someone wealth and possessions, the ability to enjoy them, happy in their toil. This is a gift from God. Yeah, it really is like... Maybe it's the price people pay for worshiping the work they do, the meaning it gives them. If you bring the holiday element, that's really encompass the happiness people yearn for, that sense of belonging. Yeah, maybe it's like two people competing for promotions. I don't know, I've seen the promotion competition played out before. What's like a different way for the promotion competition? Maybe it's like, I mean, it's all about happy in their toil. Happy in their toil. This is a gift. Or maybe like, because it's when God gives someone wealth and possessions. And maybe it's just showing that the wealth and possessions is not happiness. So maybe someone gets a big money bonus from work or something. Check the comments. Handlebars by... Huh. I will check that out. I'll just see if I can pull it up in the window. I'll just play it with us right now. Music. Home for the holidays. Let me see. Oh, no, slot bots. Here, I'll turn the music off and we can check this out. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Cool. It's good. It's good inspiration.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars.
Jeez, 20 million views.
Look at me, hands in the air like it's good to be alive. And I'm a famous rapper, even when the past are all crooked D. I can show you how to do-si-do. I can show you how to scratch a record. I can take apart the remote control, but I can almost put it back together. I can tie a knot in a cherry stem. I can tell you about Leif Erikson. I know all the words to De Colores, and I'm proud to be an American. Me and my friends saw platypus. Me and my friend made a comic book. And guess how long it took? I can't do anything.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Look, I can keep rhythm with no metronome. No metronome. No metronome. And I can
It's kind of like that achievement stuff.
on the telephone, on the telephone. Look at me, just called to say that it's good to be alive in such a small world. I'm all curled up with a book to read. I can make money, open up a thrift store. I can make a living off a magazine. I can design an engine, 64 miles to a gallon of gasoline. I can make new antibiotics. I can make computers survive aquatic conditions. I know how to run the business, and I can make you want to buy a product. Movers, shakers, and producers. Me and my friends understand the future. I see the strings that control the system. I can do anything with no resistance, cause I can lead a nation with a microphone. With a microphone. With a microphone. And I can split the atom of a molecule. Of a molecule. Of a molecule.
Yeah, I think that's interesting where they have like the two brothers kind of go separate ways. Yeah, the video is really well done. I guess I've heard the song a million times before, but it's never really like stuck out to me as far as the meaning.
Look at me, driving and I won't stop. And it feels so good to be alive and on top.
I think it's a little bit more anarchist, but you know, hey, so it goes.
Prison just because I don't like them. And I fly satellite. And I can hit a target through a telescope. Through a telescope. Through a telescope. And I can end the planet in a holocaust. In a holocaust. In a holocaust. In a holocaust. In a holocaust.
It's pretty intense. It's awesome. I like the. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how much probably work went into that, which is like, even just thinking about this prompt and that's my work schedule. Nobody will see that. Let me take. But yeah, it's like interesting how, everyone's grappling with this idea. it's part of a religious competition, but I don't think it necessarily has to have explicit religious like overtones. But yeah, the group that's running it is. But I think like that's a great music video, which is so crazy. But like for example, Darth, you're like that music video by Flopbot that we just watched. It wasn't religious, but it's dealing with a lot of the same themes, right? And I think that was what's kind of fun about a prompt like this is you can say, hey, look, like no matter who you are or what you think, like everyone's trying to figure out the right way to go about work and what does that truly mean. And I don't know if I'll be able to figure out in 7 days, which is what the timeline is, but I'm gonna darn well try. But yeah, it's interesting, man. That was a bit more of a that was a better music video than I expected. No, and I think one of the things they did real well in that is they tie it back to the beginning, where like the two brothers, and they kind of like go back like, hey, these two people chose the different paths. I think that's like an interesting element, right? Where it's like if you do, so like if because I know that was one of the things we were thinking about, where it's like, hey, like there's two people that kind of get the same choice and make it differently. So if you do have a split path, bring it back to the beginning. It back to the beginning. Show how that, like remind the audience that they both started same place. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I may. That's interesting because that was one of the ideas I was thinking about, where you have like the two guys vying for the same job, stuff like that. But like you can kind of see that like they probably did it better than I could. It's interesting though. Yeah, it's just like I think how do you highlight the choice the characters are making, and like some of it is juxtaposition, some of it are those other devices. Are the healthy workers truly happy? Yeah, I think that the really interesting insight is that, or at least like one of like the more bigger insights, is the gift of wealth and the gift of happiness with wealth are absolutely separate. And I think that those are really interesting to think about. That's such like that's a theme. That's like the challenge. That's like a theme. I think that you look at like the what's the movie with Dustin Hoffman and the lawyer, where like he's learning the value of his family and stuff like that. But like that's like a very, it's hard to find a new take on that theme. I think that's where I'm kind of like, oh man, like what do we maybe like I'll kind of go back. I may switch back a little bit to just kind of buckling down and doing some free writing here. Feel free to hit the comments. I will be I think it all comes down to the inner character, each individual desire. Yeah, absolutely right. I think there was a really great article. I'm going to type this in the comments because I think it's absolutely phenomenal. It was by From Where You Dream. And it's a phenomenal. I can get the guy's name. It's by Robert Olin Butler. And the chapter he has on yearning and the dynamics of desire is that where he says like, hey, everybody has this like ingrained like, I have to be like like this ingrained yearning, like where they're like, oh, I want to be like X. Whatever, like I want to have meaning, I want to be loved, I want like these kind of things that from the biblical perspective it would be like, hey, like that would be yeah, it's amazing. But from the biblical perspective, you'd say that's fulfilled through relationship with God and the gift He gives you of like peace and toil and stuff like that. But it, like those yearnings, I think, are everywhere, which is why you see them in fiction everywhere. Which is like I'm looking to work for like the sense of meaning. Like, how do I do that? And I do it too because goodness knows, like there's something good about good work and a job well done, but there's something that can get like twisted from that, and like you can drive you crazy. All right, I'm gonna buckle in and do a little bit more of like a little free writing sprint. I'll probably do another like 5-10 minutes or so, and then keep shooting up comments, any ideas you have, and then I'll kind of go back and take a look and talk through them together just like we did. Okay, do you have a split path? Bring them together in the audience. Okay, I think that is a good insight. Happiness at work. Separation between wealth and the fact, and how do we see let me think. How do we Oh, I should put the music back on. Sorry. Otherwise, this channel will probably get very boring and quiet. There we go. That should go. Yay. I like to mention in the video, though, the line, "I can't lead a nation with the microphone," which I believe was being sarcastic, and shown giving, yeah. Which I believe was being sarcastic. Then it showed another brother giving a speech. Yeah. I actually like Bar Down Squid. I think that's a really good observation, right? Because it's like, you know, one brother, they actually both chose the ambitious path. And they actually both like chose like the one that ended up creating more like pain and destruction at the end, right? Where like the one guy went the upright ambitious path, the other guy went kind of the grassroots down low ambitious path and like being an anarchist, but they both were like consumed by ambition. And I think that, and like in the end they ended up killing each other. I wish I could write something that good. That was an amazing. It's an amazing, like, dude, I've never like thank you for the example, Moocher, because I've never really read that. But I'm gonna like I'm gonna post this. I wish I could make the comments visual because that's like a really great observation, dude. I think that's super solid. Let me just put that up top. I'll put that in here. So then, anybody who watches the streams replay, read this comment, put it on pause. It's a really great insight. And, you know, you see how these brothers, you know, they start in the same place. They both have this ambition. They both go about it in different ways, and they both end up destroying each other. That's a really great way to, like, and that's, you know, someone who, I don't know if, you know, what they believe about the world or worldview, but as someone grappling with those same universal themes and saying, hey, how do you grok that in like a way that makes sense? Yeah, good thought, Bar Down Squid. I'm gonna give you a follow just so if you do some awesome, insightful streams. I hope the video showed how this kind of thing is played out. I'm thinking it's just without an opposite. I don't think anyone can understand and appreciate the happiness and toil unless they've experienced and have understanding of. Okay. So I like that. So it's like highlight the agony and toil. Maybe that's like an extreme word to make the payoff in the story, which is that realized happiness, more poignant. Yeah. No, I like that jam. Jam off the boss. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But no, I think it's a really good observation. I think that film with the brothers, like, did that really well, right? Because they both started from this like very idyllic scene, which is they were riding the bicycles, and then you see them decline. And maybe that's like kind of those basic character journeys, right? Well, good. I hope you guys like it. I love talking storytelling theory and stuff like that. So I will go all day. So it doesn't bother me. So I can write. I'll write this at 2 a.m. if I have to. So But no, I think it's like, that's like the point of writing, right? Is like everyone, you want to find those you have that nugget that you're like, oh, I think this is something that's true, and then you have to try to piece it out or make it visual in a way that someone else will feel it with the same grit, right? And I think that's what's so fun. That's why I will probably never stop writing until the day I keel over. Yes, the foxy lady's laughing at me. Or no, she's just funny. I don't think that anyone can understand and appreciate the happiness and toil unless they've experienced an understanding of the opposite feeling. That's true. And I think, Jam, the way that, and this is maybe the few ways that I think about visualizing that is character arcs, right? You either start good and you start in the idyllic sense and you decline, you start in the negative and you ascend, or you kind of have this more like a V of one of those where you start good, go bad, and then return. And that's a lot of the stuff It's a Wonderful Life, where he started in this very idyllic town. It was very happy, and then he got obsessed with the building and loans, and then that started going under, and then he started questioning his whole life, and then it was only at the end when he realized why he was doing the building and loans, which was the family, the community, that he finally came back and was redeemed. He was the building loans really is what matters, those types of things. So I don't know if that was a good summary. But let me just take a look here. Yeah, I was going to look for It's a Wonderful Life clip, but I think it's all good. I won't belabor the point. All right. Yeah, you will never truly appreciate what you have, and I hope you never have to. I like that. You will never... True story. All right. Let's see. Well, my buckle down and free write got a little bit off topic, but I love it. So I'm gonna crank for a little bit more, and then I'll check the comments and have some awesome digression hopefully soon. At the agony and toil to make the payoff more visual. So let's example of agony and toil. Manual labor, very precise work. That was in that story. What else? Okay. What are some other log lines? Let's see, as it choose between. So something maybe more mystical, like an alchemist. What are some other cool things? Let's go look at our wish list. Positional stuff, dynamics of obsession, startups. What's a good? Maybe something where I just wanted one where happiness and money are at odds. Like something that's like really like a decision where that's encompassed. Maybe it's like gotta be work oriented, not like a lottery. Ooh, maybe a startup IPO. Ooh, it's like their IPO and everyone's celebrating, but his wife calls to divorce him or something. I don't know. Some contrast of worldly and true and true. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna check the comments. I'm running dry. Night, guys. It was great hanging out with you, Moocher333. Tune in next time. We'll be doing this all week. Let's see here. How many people are survivors? Is it just the fox and myself now? Uh-oh, there's still somebody on here. How are the ideas looking so far, Fox? Anything that sticks out? My brain is pretty fried. It was a long day today. Oh, you're here. I think there's a little delay. It sounds like it's coming in after a while. So I'll tune back in for your comment in like 5 minutes. Or let's leave it on the side. What's the reserve? Calls it worse him. It's all good. It's okay. I may tune out the Twitch for tonight. I think it's been a really fun stream. I'll give you a call in a few minutes. And yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. It was actually a ton of fun just being able to brainstorm with everybody and just like work on something cool together. And hopefully we'll do the Halloween idea. I don't know if you read that part of the comments, Fox Lady, but I opted you in slightly to a Halloween writing competition. Or not really competition, but it's like a fun project that everyone does together, just like really quick. So anyways, that was Final Boss writing instead of editing. I still am probably, my strongest suit is my editing and my writing. I'm still growing and learning, but I will never quit. But yeah, that was the Final Boss writing. I'll probably be writing most nights this week just because I got to. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and we will see you soon.